TMA, Graham Tire, First Dakota National Bank, and Avera Health. And Governor Sports, also brought to you in part by Slumberland Furniture in Pierre, American Bank and Trust, the Pierre Regional Airport, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Ramkota Hotel, Xander Auto Parts, Ferding Electric, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Bauman Lumber, Wagner Auto, Kathy Sonnenschein Properties, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union of Pierre. Coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is brought to you by these special in-game sponsors. Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, by Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial, Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gale's Gas Service in Pierre.
Now, Pierre Governor basketball.
Well, a very good Thursday evening, everybody. Another night of high school basketball coming your way following the Pierre Governors on the road here in your official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com. Brian Oakland coming to you with the play-by-play. We are in Brandon with the Brandon Valley Lynx coming in as a 7-1 team so far this season. Will host the 3-5 Pierre Governors. Pierre coming off of their first win in 6 tries, a win Tuesday night at Douglas, 65-39. They'll play a Brandon Valley team that has won 6 in a row, in fact, after starting 1-1. The last team that Brandon Valley played, like the Pierre Governors, though, was the Douglas Patriots. That was last Saturday when the Lynx, along with Harrisburg, went out and played Spearfish and Douglas in a weekend back-to-back trip out west. Brandon Valley came away with a 55-43 win Friday night at Spearfish, and then they beat Douglas 61-43 on Saturday afternoon. They're just winning and in a number of different ways. A team that's playing some pretty good basketball, but according to head coach Craig Nelson, who we'll talk with a little bit later on in our pregame show, there is still plenty of room for improvement for this Brandon Valley Lynx squad. Of course, the Governors, plenty of room for improvement there as well, but if they can get some good play going, maybe with a little confidence after a really nice night of ball at Douglas on Tuesday night, we'll see if the Governors can turn that into another night of exciting play, good shooting, also maybe some defense turning into offense. They're going to need all of that to beat a solid Brandon Valley squad tonight. Along with William Wilson, who will run our show in studio, Caleb Brozick is here for Live Ticket. He'll do the camera work, and you'll be able to watch this game as well as hear it on DRGnews.com, the River 92.7 page. You can see it on your DRG News smartphone app. Of course, Caleb with Live Ticket has that at gogovs.live and liveticket.tv. A lot of ways you can see us tonight. In fact, the Kelloland News crew is here. It's their game of the week, but we hope you can watch this one through drgnews.com and our channels as well. The sophomore game is all Brandon Valley. Right now it is 62-36. The JV game went down to the wire. Brandon Valley prevailing by 2 points as it turns out. So their varsity is going to look for the 3-game sweep on the varsity floor here in Brandon Valley. Jim Crowd starting to roll in. The Brandon Valley Pep Band is ready to go, but we still have 4.5 minutes left in this sophomore game. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll get into our Bank West pregame show, talk about how things are shaping up at this juncture going into the weekend and the state of basketball in Class AA. Of course, we'll look at girls hoops as well. The Brandon Valley Lynx are at Riggs High Gym in girls basketball. Justin Cowart has the call of that one on KGFX 1060 AM 103.1 FM as well. And of course, we'll keep you updated on that one throughout here. So the state of ball coming up, and also coaches' comments, keys to success, starting lineups, and a whole lot more, part of your Bank West pregame show. It's Bank West for the best. We're back with Governor basketball. You're listening to Pierre Governor Hoops on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, Bank West has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. Bank West Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Century Business Products is a proud supporter of South Dakota High School athletics and proud to provide the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to schools and businesses in the area, all backed by their 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color costs? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. When you're looking for a new vehicle, they make it easy. All available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop in to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378. There's an app for everything, including high school sports, from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School Sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
We're back in Brandon for Governor basketball tonight. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play coming up, and into our Bank West pregame show we go. Quick reminder for those who are on the road for high school sports or whatever the reason this weekend or any time, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us that snow means slow. Let's slow down and drive for the conditions and buckle up too. We've all got someplace to be. A reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Well, it's a 30-plus margin right now, so the rest of this sophomore game will go with running clock. So we'll try to breeze through our state of basketball in Class AA as we begin this pregame show. Once again, Brandon Valley with wins on Friday at Spearfish and Saturday at Douglas. An 18-point victory over the Patriots. Governors got things going, actually beat Douglas by 26, 65-39 on Tuesday. Other games at Huron defeating Brookings 52-38. O'Gorman by 20 over Aberdeen Central 61-41. Yankton wins at Sioux Falls Jefferson 49-46. Just the second win of the season for the Bucks. Harrisburg gets a 3-point win over Roosevelt 59-56, and Spearfish over Mapialuta out of Class A 70-40. So the current power rankings right now have Sioux Falls Lincoln still unbeaten at 8-0. They're the top team. The 2 team is these Brandon Valley Lynx that we'll see tonight. Just one loss on the season by Brandon Valley, which happened to come from Sioux Falls Jefferson, their second week of the season. Jefferson still with just 3 wins on the year, but Brandon Valley coming in on a 6-game winning streak. Harrisburg is the 3 seed right now, 7-2. Huron 6-3 in the 4 spot, ahead of Mitchell, who is 7-2 in the 5. O'Gorman is 8-2. Washington 6-3, having fallen to the 7 spot now, and Spearfish still in the top 8 at 7-2. T-Area 7-3. So the top 9 teams all with solid records. The Governors are 10th now. They started Tuesday night in 14. They've moved up to 10 after that win over the Douglas Patriots, and right now with that 3-5 record, the rest of the teams in AA are under 500, with Roosevelt in the 11 spot, Jefferson at 12, Watertown, Stevens, Douglas, and Yankton in the top 16. Rapid City Central, Aberdeen Central, who is Pierre's next opponent next Tuesday, up in the Northeast. They're at the 18 spot, followed by Sturgis and winless Brookings. And there's your top 20 right there. Just 2 games tonight. This one's a good one, I would say. Pierre at Brandon Valley. The other one should be even better as Mitchell goes to T area. That's 7-3 T, hosting 7-2 Mitchell tonight here in the metro area as well. Tomorrow night, 6 more games as Brookings and Watertown out in Rapid City to take on Central and Stevens. It'll be Harrisburg hosting Sioux Falls Jefferson. Yankton plays host to Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Also in Sioux Falls, it's O'Gorman at Lincoln. And then on, out west in the Black Hills Conference, Sturgis goes to lead Deadwood. Saturday, it's Brandon Valley. Their next game, they'll be at Aberdeen Central. Watertown and Brookings still out in Rapid City. Meanwhile, Huron and Sioux Falls Jefferson and O'Gorman at Roosevelt. As mentioned, the Governors' next game after tonight takes them to Aberdeen Central in a game that'll be here on River 92.7 at 6:30. Brandon Valley will also play next Tuesday when they host Marshall, Minnesota. Governor girls, right now, a quick look at the state of basketball in girls hoops. Brandon Valley with wins at Spearfish and Douglas over the weekend. Pierre beat Douglas handily, 62-19 at Riggs High Gym on Tuesday night. Updated standings have O'Gorman at 9-0, Rapid City Stevens 9-1. Brandon Valley is the 3rd power-rated team in girls basketball right now with an 8-1 mark, same record that Sioux Falls Washington has. Mitchell, Aberdeen, Harrisburg, and Spearfish in the top 8. Brookings at 4-4 is the 9. The Governors are the 10 seed right now at 4-3. They would go to Harrisburg if the postseason were to begin tonight, for what it's worth. Huron, Jefferson, T, Watertown, Roosevelt, Sturgis are in the top 16. Brandon Valley at Pierre tonight on the girls' schedule. Mitchell at T area. That's a doubleheader. Meanwhile, Harrisburg is at Jefferson, and Douglas plays host to Hot Springs in girls' hoops tonight. Governor girls will host Aberdeen at Riggs High Gym on Tuesday next week. Girls games on KGFX. The boys games, of course, here on River 92.7. Let's pause for 2 minutes and we'll get into keys to success when we come back. Chat with Brianna Kuzler to start. Our Central Dakota Eye Care Keys to Success is next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
This winter, the game is on, and Beck Motor Company is proud to support Pierre Governor basketball. Whether it's on the court or the open road, we're here to keep you moving forward with reliable vehicles for every drive. When you're ready to upgrade your ride this season, come see us at Beck Motor Company. From SUVs to trucks, we've got the perfect vehicle for your winter adventures. Visit Beck Motor Company for all your automotive needs. Beck Motor Company, making a great deal better. 605-224-5912. BeckMotors.com.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to DakotaStormRoofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Sponsor the Governors this season, and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
5-game losing streak, Coach, and it had to feel good to get another W with that win over Douglas. Really a game, though, I think, and the thing I was most impressed about was just the ability to score, especially the second and the third periods. And, whether it was inside, outside shooting, it didn't really matter. You scored in a lot of ways, transition, half-court offense, too.
They were, exactly. It was kind of a pick your battle as far as what you're going to try and take away, and I thought the boys did a great job of, if they did try and take something away, we found another way to score, and that's really what everything moving forward is going to be. It's the game of basketball: action, counteraction. If they want to take something away, we'll come back at them. We've got capable scorers from all different levels of the court, and that's something that we need to continue to be utilizing. Our inside presence, that mid-range, and then extended range as well. It certainly helps when Dawson Getz goes 7 for 9 from the 3-point line. And teams aren't just going to give that to us every single time. He created a lot of great shots. His teammates found him as well. But I thought it was a really good job for others to create opportunities too. So I was pleased with the way that we scored the ball in a lot of different ways.
And one little win, that's all it took. But here you are in the power rankings. You go from 14 to 10 now, yeah. and hopefully you get a little momentum going. You got a much bigger test here against Brandon Valley.
The parity of AA basketball is insane. I think we said that a lot last year, but I think it's even more open this year. You've got Sioux Falls Lincoln at the top right now, but everything beyond that, it's just kind of everybody beats everybody. You had Yankton beat Jefferson the other night. I mean, two opposite ends of the spectrum where you're not typically seeing those in other years, but I think that's how we have to approach every single game. Is you got to respect everybody and you fear nobody, because we can play with everybody, but we need to start developing some consistency as well, and that's what tonight needs to bring. Is okay, we've done it for a game, but now can you be consistent and come out again tonight and be able to beat a quality team here tonight. Brandon, they're extremely disciplined. They look to push the tempo and transition, and a big emphasis for us is going to need to be to dictate that tempo. We want to push, but we want to limit their ability to push. So all of it starts on the defensive end, but it's another opportunity, and we're excited to play a really solid team tonight.
It's a team with one loss so far in 8 games. Top of the top 5 kind of a team. Similar to Washington that you played so well against a couple of weeks, or is this a different kind of a beast that you'll contend with?
They'll play a little bit more through the inside than what we saw from Washington. They don't necessarily have the 3-point threats of like Tommy Hoffman and Johnson that Washington had. However, they've got capable scorers nonetheless. They find ways to score the ball. We've got to really make sure that we are forcing contested mid-range jumpers, limiting. They'll play through the post more than what Washington had, but certainly a team from an athleticism standpoint that resembles Washington and how they play as well. So that's a good opponent that we played well against, that we can kind of mimic some of the things that we did well, and then just building off of what was established on Tuesday. The boys are in great spirits, as they should be. When they're having fun, that's when they're playing their best basketball, and they know when it's time for business. But when they're playing and having fun and being loose, that's the best time.
An athletic team you'll face. I know they're always athletic on the boards too. You had a lot of hustle the other night. Tonight you have to be maybe just that much more physical.
I think that's going to be a big emphasis. Is it can't. Yes, we want to. The pursuit has to be there, but also the being intentional about finding bodies and clearing guys out so you've got space. We didn't necessarily have to do that as much on Tuesday. We were able to out-leap them maybe sometimes, but doesn't take away from, I thought, the effort on the glass. I think that we had great effort there, but now it's more that being intentional about blocking guys out, clearing them, and then pursuing that ball and winning the game on the boards, and then being able to push the tempo and limiting them in transition as much as possible.
All right, Coach. Hey, go get a big one tonight, all right?
Thank you.
There's Brianna Kuzler, the Governor, head coach. Coach's comments and keys to success are sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's hear from them, and we speak with Craig Nelson of the Brandon Valley Lynx when keys to success continue. This is Governor Basketball.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128 for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
All right, our keys to success will continue with Craig Nelson, the head coach of the Brandon Valley Lynx, on a 7-1 start, coach, so far, Coach. 7 out of 8, doing a fine job passing tests, and you went out west and got that long road trip. I guess that's a test in and itself over the weekend. Wins over Spearfish and a Douglas team that folks in Pierre saw just the other night themselves. I guess my question so far is how you're assessing, the way you're able to get things done so far, and off to a good start this season, winning 6 straight.
We've had a lot of veterans, returning from a nice team last year, especially at the guard position. So those guys have got us off to a good start. I mean, you got guys that know the offense, they know the defensive coverages, things like that, and so we've been pretty good defensively early on, and like to see us pick it up offensively a little bit and get a little more crisp on that end, but we've been really solid so far.
It's really amazing. I know you've got horses and athletes, guys that can jump, guys that can play physical, but there's nothing like good guard play to start everything on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, you got 3 returning guards. I mean, a couple guys that have played 2.5 years of varsity basketball, which you don't have a lot at the AA level, and so just the poise that you have with that, the leadership that you have with that, where even if you have nights where you're struggling, you're not shooting the ball real well, you got guys that just keep plugging along, they keep locked in defensively, and felt like some of our games have come down to that.
You do have the wins so far, but you still feel like you need some more consistency, I suppose, especially on the offensive end there?
Yeah, I think we need to play quite a bit better over the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then our schedule gets really, really tough with basically playing the top 5 teams in the state once we hit February. So, if we've got until February where I feel like we've still got to make leaps and bounds of improvement, especially in the offensive end.
Another matchup here with the Pierre Governors tonight, and a team that's 3-5, but I personally feel maybe a little bit better than their record indicates. What have you seen out of the Govs so far?
They've played close games with some Metro teams, and they've proven they can be in those type of games, and I think they got 2 guys that are as good as scorers as anybody in the state, so we're going to have to be really good defensively on those 2 and box out their other guys. Feel like they crash the boards really, really hard. So, guard the 2 dudes that can put up 20, 25 a game and make sure we keep the other guys off the glass. Basically,
stick to your assignments, and everybody does their job and things fall into place.
Yeah, it truly is.
Amazing how that happens in team sports. Other X's and O's and keys to success. How about bench play? You going pretty deep this year?
You can go 7 or 8 depending on the night, but Austin Dowd, a sophomore big man that comes off the bench, been good for us. Lincoln McInerney is a freshman wing that comes off the bench and has held his own in some really good varsity minutes in the first month.
All right, other keys to success then?
I think pretty much laid it out there. We got to just do what we do and hopefully be really good defensively, which we've done a pretty good job of that. If we can lock in on that, I think we've got a good chance tonight.
What other things are really concerning to you so far, things that you need to see dramatic improvement yet this season?
Shooting. I mean, as simple as that is. I feel like we shot it so well last year, but we were playing off of our big men at that point, and just some of those exact same guys that played last year and shot it really well last year just haven't shot it quite as well to start this season. So I'd love it if that can pick up at some point, but the fact of the matter is if it doesn't, we still need them to play really, really hard on the defensive end.
All right. Hey, Coach, appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
Thanks as always.
Our thanks to Craig Nelson for his time and his coach's comments and keys to success, sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Just about a minute and a half to go in our pregame countdown here at the arena in Brandon. It's the Brandon Valley Lynx against the Pierre Governors. Let's meet both teams. and the starting 5 in our Envirotech starting lineups. First off, for the home team, the Brandon Valley Lynx. And those 3 guards that Coach Nelson talks about include Landon Delaney, 6'2" senior, fast player. He's actually a reigning sprint champion for Class AA from the state track and field meet. Briggs Knutson will run the point, 5'9", and a junior. Braden Miller will do much the same, as well as 6' senior in that backcourt. And up front, it'll be Aiden Zur, a 6'2" senior, small forward. Mach Mayan is a 6'3" senior as well. Kid can jump out of the gym. And in fact, speaking of reigning state champions, Mach Mayan is one of the top finishers in the Class AA high jump. I can't recall if he actually won that event or not, but Brandon Valley has the athletes in Zur, Delaney, Knutson, Miller, and Mayan, the starting 5. Austin Dowd and Lincoln McInerney are the top reserves for Brandon Valley. 7-1 on the season. The current number 2 power-rated team. Head coach Craig Nelson is assisted by Tim Siliuson, Jeff Ganschow, Matt Bigelow, and Darian Smith. The Envirotech starters for the Governors include Sawyer Sonnenschein, the 5'8" senior. Dawson Getz, the shooter, 6'3" senior, 7 threes and 25 points the last time the Govs were on the court at Douglas Tuesday night. And of course, Luke Olson will need a big game tonight, the 5'11" senior on the point. Corday Austin, the 6'3" junior, Eladio Simental, the 6'1" senior, are the forwards for the 3 and 5 Pierre Governors. Power rated number 10, head coach Brianna Kusler. And those are your Envirotech starting lineups. Let's pause for 2 minutes. We'll give you your game officials when we come back with more of our Pierre Governor pregame. This is Governor Basketball.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as a basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 an hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 3. That's 833-605-5483, extension 3, and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
This is Coach Scott Nye from your Pierre Governors and the team at Ranky Gray Wealth Management, where we focus on coaching something just as important, your finances. Everyone needs guidance through life's key financial decisions and challenges, not to mention the opportunity to feel confident that their retirement strategy will help them pursue the lifestyle they've dreamed about. As you're looking for the right team to assist you, we're right up the street and ready to provide you the help that can make all the difference. Contact our Pierre office today by visiting rankygray.com.
Back in Brandon, continuing our Bank West pregame show, it's time to meet our game officials. We call them the law on the court. They're sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. And as always, we thank our game officials for doing what is very oftentimes a thankless position. We need a whole lot more of them, but tonight's game officials here from this Sioux Falls area include Chad DeYoung, John Garrow, and Jeremy Grady. Tonight's game officials, they're the guys in stripes. They are the law on the court. Thanks again, Chad DeYoung, John Garrow, and Jeremy Grady for being our game officials, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Consumer Protection Division. We'll hear from them, and we'll hear from Comtech, and we're tipping this one off from Brandon Valley High when we come back with Pierre Governor Basketball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing. Every day you share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax return, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information such as bank or credit card account numbers, social security numbers, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think someone has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
Pierre Governor basketball at Brandon Valley tonight. Brian Oakland coming to you with the play-by-play. Caleb Brozick on camera for live ticket. William Wilson in studio at DRG Media Group's world headquarters. It's the boys here on River 92.7. The girls' game is on 1060 AM, 103.1 FM KGFX. Members of DRG Media Group and your official voice of the Pierre Governors. And I believe we've got other games going on DRG Media Group as well. Remember to see them all at drgnews.com. The Comtech opening tip is up, and Mach Mahan will jump Eladio Simmental. Brandon Valley will start with the opening possession here tonight. Brandon Valley, as we're set up on the end of the court, looking up from the mezzanine level, looking the length of the court. The Lynx are heading near court to far. In home white with the red numbers, black trim. Governors out in road green tonight. A baseline jumper left side here will not go for Mach Mahan as the Lynx come up empty in their opening possession. And again, that's sponsored after the opening tip by Comtech on the lower truck bypass in Pierre. Tip pass, but Sawyer Sonnenschein roaming the baseline comes to get it. Govs are coming towards us now, far court to near. As a handoff from Luke Olson to Corday Austin. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line is no good. He missed everything. Otherwise, that shot might have been maybe a fingertip block to it, but Brandon Valley has it back on the other end of the floor. Landed Delaney off to the left side to Briggs Knutson. Back to Delaney underneath on a zip pass. First attempt was blocked. Brandon Valley keeps the basketball, though, and now out to the far side. For a skip pass and a toenail on the arc for Braden Miller. He'll rein one in from there, and the Lynx will strike first in a 2-0 lead. Minute 15 in, another Olsen first pass is tipped, but the Governors still have it to our left. On the right side for the Governors, as far as they're concerned, it's Dawson Getz to Eladio Simmental. Simmental squeezing his way in, makes a nice move, but he cannot get the finger roll to go. The rebound down to Aiden Zur. Brandon Valley quickly up the floor, and Landon Delaney, that sprint champion that we talked about earlier, is able to finish off the fast break. 4-0 Lynx early on with a fast start. Governors will have to get something going here, and they do just that as Simmental feeds inside to Dawson Getz. Getz, of course, would love to be out around the perimeter. Hit 7 threes 2 nights ago at Douglas, but he's going to have to play a big game inside tonight, I believe. Brandon Valley just a little more athletic, a little more physical inside, and Dawson Getz, well, he's got the versatility to play in there as well. 3 ball from the corner for the Lynx. It is Getz on the other side in position for the rebound off of a miss by it was Braden Miller. He hit one from the perimeter earlier. Doesn't get this one, and Getz is fouled over the top. It's Mach Mahan who will be guilty of the first foul on a personal basis for anybody tonight. Lincoln McInerney, the 6-foot freshman, first sub in already for the Lynx. We're not even 2.5 minutes into this one. 4-2, Brandon Valley up in front. With the Governors with the basketball, Sawyer Sonnenschein on the Govs' left side, but it's our right as we look at this one in reverse. Here's Getz up top, Sonnenschein again. No, he wants to go back, but as he looks for Olsen, Delaney almost picked it off. Luke Olsen keeps it alive. He'll cross over. Challenge down the lane, left side, and Luke Olsen puts it up and in, and we're tied. Little bump there, too. Crowd reaction to maybe an ankle breaker in the backcourt. There's the break of the press. McInerney mishandles the pass. Now Brandon Valley wants three in the corner, but once again, Miller unable to hit. Dawson has another rebound. 4-4 as the Governors with it, trying to take their first lead of the game. Sonnenschein wants three. Left wing, it's good. Corday Austin bounced one out to him. Sawyer Sonnenschein puts Pierre on top. 7-4. They've scored 7 straight. 4:40 to go, quarter number 1. Up ahead, there goes Mach Mahan. Challenged by Simmental, but Eladio is called for the foul. And Mahan, who can jump out of the gym, as we mentioned, a top place finisher in the state high jump. He gets a slam dunk. And he gets the foul. He came in from that right baseline, put it up and down with the left hand. Simmental, a little bit too late, called for the first personal foul for him, first team foul for the Governors. Free throw to finish a three-point play will not go for Mahan. And the rebound is down to Corday Austin, and the Governors, who still lead 7-6. Quickly up ahead, Simmental saves one. Back to Sawyer Sonnenschein, wanted another three. Won't get it here. Landon Delaney down with the rebound. He'll set things up. No, he won't. Dawson cuts off a pass, but now had Delaney reach in and knock it away, but Dawson the last to touch, according to the official in front of the scorer's table. Brandon Valley fortunate to keep a possession alive here. Braden Miller checking out for the Lynx. And let's see, number 12, Briggs Knutson back in there. He's got it now right wing very quickly, back to Landon Delaney. Top of the key, they'll shift over to the left side. There's Knutson again. Now Delaney inside on the left block. Mahan turnaround shot won't go. It's a little bit short. Austin down with the rebound for the Governors. Still 7-6 Pierre. Olsen makes the nice move. Actually faked one too many times. Got a man in the air, but he is able to put it up and in with the short right-hander. And it's 9-6 Governors. Here off to a good start. Full court man press working so far, but here comes Aiden Zur. He stops and pops, flies by, and Aiden Zur will score the 2. Nice play there for the big fella for Brandon Valley. They're back within 1 with 3.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Top of the key, fires a 2 and hits. Fed by Sonnenschein. Dawson is 2 for 2. Both shots inside the arc. His heels were on the arc that time, but it was a 2. Austin streaks to look for a steal, and it's last touched by McInerney. Corday Austin interrupting the pass up the floor. That's the first turnover of the game for either team. So far, pretty well played first period. Mahan, who had the slam dunk a bit ago, comes out, and Austin Dowd, a 6'4 sophomore, biggest player on the floor for Brandon Valley now. Maybe even on their regular roster. Meanwhile, Lincoln Dilgis is in for the Governors. He wants a 17-footer beyond the free throw line, but it will not go. Rebound is down to Brandon Valley. They're looking for 3, and they've got it. That's Briggs Knutson over on the right wing. Quick 3 in transition, and we've got our second tie of the night at 11-11. 2:40 counting down. Sutton Sonnenschein is also in the game for Pierre for the first time here in the first period. Olsen to Dilgis, back to Luke Olsen. Drives baseline, nowhere to go, and he'll try to feed inside to Sutton Sonnenschein, but that's knocked away by Aiden Zur. Now Delaney checking out for the Lynx. Back in is Braden Miller, who had the only three-pointer for Brandon Valley up until Briggs Knutson hit one a moment ago. Check it, Braden Miller's was a 2. Here's a reverse by Simmental. He lost it going up, pulled down by Brandon Valley. Lynx can take the lead back here at the 2:15 mark of quarter number 1. Pierre will knock one away to the band on the far end of the floor. On the arc, but we play on, and that kid gets a 3, and as it turns out, that is Lincoln McInerney. He hauled in a high pass. I thought his heel came down, but apparently they say only his toe came down, and that was in fair play. Lynx are back in front now, 14-11 here. Still first quarter, still plenty of time. Simmental with a crossover dribble. He'll drive into the lane. Shot up on a floater is off the back of the rim, no good, and it is down to Aiden Zur. Tough start for Simmental, who had a great start to Tuesday night's game at Douglas. Meanwhile, on the other end, it's that freshman again, Lincoln McInerney, who has now scored 5 in a row. Brandon Valley all told with 8 straight points, and they lead 16-11. Zur will pick off a Luke Olson pass. Olson challenges him, but Zur wins the battle on the breakaway. 18-11. Pierre with the numbers this time, and Olson will feed to Caden Aharts. Pierre breaks that 10-point run by Brandon Valley, but they trail 18-13. 33 seconds to play. We're in the first period. Brandon Valley may play for the last shot. They'll slow it up a bit. Sutton Sonnenschein still coming out closely guarding Briggs Knutson. First pass comes to the left side. That's Braden Miller. Back to Knutson. 14 on the game clock. Shot clock is off. Pass inside. Zur with a quick feed underneath. That's to Austin Dowd. Nice ball movement there. Brandon Valley up 20-13. Olson loses the dribble. 1 second left. He picks it up and heaves it from half court, but that's off the side of the rim. No good. And Pierre looked good for a time, but Brandon Valley with a flurry to close out quarter number 1 on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. It's the Lynx 20 and the Governors 13. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We break for 60 seconds. Quarter number 2 is next. This is Pierre Governor basketball.
This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Being local means more than being just another small-town business. It means showing up for our member owners when they need us, supporting the organizations that empower the next generation of community leaders and agriculturalists, and providing resources to help ensure the communities we live in are here for generations to come. At AgTegra Cooperative, local isn't just about where our locations are. It's about serving our farmers, our employees, and our communities in ways that nobody else will.
Hey, Josie.
Back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Welcome back to Brandon. Thursday night basketball action. The Pierre Governors will try to work one inside, but a soft pass allowed the defense to catch up. Dawson gets retools from the perimeter. He feeds here to Lincoln Dilgis, but a 15-footer on the right side is a little bit short. Governors with the first possession of our second period. Brandon Valley leads 20-13. Brian Oakland with play-by-play. Glad to have you aboard here tonight. You're trying to win 2 straight on the road on both ends of the floor. A 3 on the left side here is missed by McInerney. He hit one late in that first quarter, but a loose basketball, last touch by the Lynx, goes out of bounds on the other end. Pierre will bring it back towards us. Just underway. We'll get scores a little bit later on from that girls game going on at Riggs High Gym. You can hear it on KGFX if you'd rather hear the girls tonight as well. Here comes Dawson Getz through the lane. He'll pull up from 10 feet out, and Dawson is 3 for 3. Govs will need more from the 6'3 senior as this night progresses. 20-15. Here back within 5. Here's a Delaney 3 ball from the corner, and that is good. What Brianna Kuzler mentioned of this team, they're not really the three-point shooting threats, but they've got 3 different people that have rained down a long one so far tonight. Actually, 3 threes, and then another one that was hit with a toenail on the arc from Braden Miller earlier, too. Here's a foul on the floor against Getz, but it'll go on Brandon Valley. And Lincoln McInerney, the guilty party. Freshman played well so far here early on. 23-15, Brandon Valley by 8. Dilgis will take the inbound on the top of the key. Back inside to Getz. Here's Corday Austin around McInerney. Shot is up and good on the nice drive for the junior, Corday Austin. Here back within 6 at 23-17. 6:20 to go. We're in the second period. Brandon Valley swings it around the perimeter. Delaney has it up top. He finds McInerney right side. Wondering what to do with it, but he finds Braden Miller way back out on top. Delaney thought about another 3. But Sutton Sonnenschein is right there. No, that's Carter Shufflebein in there. 3 instead from the corner, no good. Mach Mayen underneath, unable to get the return. But there is McInerney who hit who attempted the first 3. Able to clean it up, and a third chance basket this time for the Lynx. They're back up by 8 again. Olsen has a lane open up, but his finger roll reverse will not go. Luke usually makes that shot, but not this time. Delaney brings it down and sends it the other way, but we've got a happy foot travel violation called on the Brandon Valley Lynx. Turnover number 2 for the home team, as Dawson Getz will check out. I believe it's Sawyer Sonnenschein who just checked back in. Sawyer along with Carter Shufflebein, Lincoln Dilgis, Luke Olsen, and Corday Austin on the floor, with Eladio Simmental waiting to check in the next play stoppage. Govs need a bit of a run here. Dilgis will try another from 16. Normally able to hit that mid-range shot. Not this time. He's in fact 0 for 3. Delaney out of there with it again. He penetrates baseline, and a kick out, and a 3-ball hits, and Luke Olsen flies into the shooter. Actually, they didn't call the foul, but the shot is good. Braden Miller for 3 this time, and a timeout is taken by, I believe, Brandon Valley. 28-17, the Lynx lead by 11. It's a 30-second Coca-Cola timeout. Timeouts from Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. This is Governor Basketball.
Come on, chum. I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Now's your chance for a great deal on Smokin' Fast.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Marketing partners including All Around Graphics, American Bank and Trust, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Eisberg Funeral Homes, Guadalajara Mexican Restaurant, and us. James River Broadcasting and DRG Media Group, the official voice of the Pierre Governors. A stop and pop for Luke Olsen. Luke unable to hit from in front of the free throw line. And 2 or 3 Governors will play the knockaway game. Governors are going to change their defense. They'll come out here in the 2-3 zone, trying to slow down the distance shooting efforts of Brandon Valley, but now they're able to work it inside, and an Austin Dowd feed to Aiden Zur, who puts it up and in off the glass. Brandon Valley continues to pad that double-digit lead, 30-17. 4.5 minutes to go. We're in the second period. Olsen gets a screen from Simmental, goes back to Eladio. He's in traffic. He puts one off the glass and gets it to go. Good physical play for Eladio Simmental, his first basket of the night. Brandon Valley has a pass go through the hands, but it's able to keep it alive. Now up top it is, 30-19. Govs back within 11. Landon Delaney. Up top, now over to Miller again. He fakes 3 and throws one off of the midsection of Corday Austin. Loose ball on the floor, and it's taken away by Luke Olsen. Give Austin the steal there. And he took that one in a soft spot. Let's just put it that way. Here's Sonnenschein, top of the key. Now Simmental. Still just unable to handle it, but Luke Olsen picks up the loose ball to our left. Governor's right side as they face the basket. Austin's on the move. He's got to get it back to Olsen. Single digits on the shot clock now. Olsen waiting for a lane to open up, and Delaney will knock one away out of bounds just as Luke was going up for a shot attempt. Here we'll have 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Braden Miller will check out. Gus Scott, a 5'9" senior, checking in for the first time for Brandon Valley. Olsen will find Simmental. 4 on that shot clock. He comes up short, but Corday Austin comes down with the offensive rebound. Pierre can get a new shot clock now. Here's Simmental. Well, he gets it back from Sonnenschein, I should say. Right elbow, spin move for Eladio, and this time he drags the pivot foot on the spin. Traveling violation on the Govs, just their second turnover. Still 30-19. It was 20-13 Brandon Valley at the end of 1. 7-point lead has grown to as much as 13, right now sitting at 11. Pass across the way, and a soft touch three is good for Briggs Knudsen. His second triple of the night, 33-19. Here comes Dawson Getz, baseline drive. He will score on the floater. Dawson's 4 for 4. He has 8 points, 33-21. Now Delaney underneath, and Austin Dowd will reverse and put it in with a right hand. Good move for the sophomore. He's got 6. And a 14-point lead again for Brandon Valley. Simmental goes right side, puts one off the glass. He gets it to go. Tough shot, but Eladio with another big one. Much needed. Here's a jump stop, sidestep, but no good on an out-of-control play for Aiden Zur. Simmental with the rebound. He'll challenge 2 defenders. Shot is up too strong. Tip is up and in for Luke Olson. Good control on that one there for Ole. And the Governors have scored 4 in a row. Now we've got a loose basketball in the backcourt, and it's going to be, of course, the coach gets a timeout. When you can't really tell who's got possession of the ball, somebody still inevitably gets a timeout out of there. Meanwhile, the Governors have trimmed the lead down to 10. It's 35-25. Timeout to the Lynx. We'll take a 30-second break in the action with Coca-Cola Bottling here. We're back with more Pierre Governor basketball.
Taking care of Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Hi, Jim and Pierre. It's being heard on KGFX, 1060 AM, 103.1 FM. Justin Cowart reporting that the Governor girls lead 15-14 at the end of 1 quarter of play. Governors are 4-3 on the season. Brandon Valley 8-1 in the third power-rated team. Right out of the break, here comes Luke Olson with a pickpocket steal. A breakaway layup. You can count the basket. There's a foul that'll go along with it. Luke Olson just tipped it away from Gus Scott, who had the ball in hand. But Olson just knocked it out of his hands and wins the race. Scott too late to catch up. He commits the foul, and Luke Olson with a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play. The free throw is good. Ole seemed to have a slow start, but now he's got 9 points, and the Governors have scored 7 straight, and they're back within 7 now, 35-28. Minute and a half to go. We're in the first half. Second period. There's a nice lob from the wing underneath to Austin Dowd, and he'll put it up and in. McInerney with the assist. Brandon Valley's ball movement's been very good tonight. A lot of assists so far. Here is Sonnenschein from the corner left side. Toes were on the arc on a kick out from Luke Olson. 2 for Sawyer this time. Here is back within 7 again, 37-30. Another lob inside to Dowd. He'll score again. Now the length and the height of the Brandon Valley Lynx. Austin Dowd, the 6'4 sophomore off the bench, has 10 points on 5 for 5 shooting now. Lynx lead by 9 again. Simmental out on the right side. Up top, Dawson Getz. He loses Mach Mahan, dribbles and drives and pulls up and scores. And Dawson Getz having a Austin Dowd kind of a night. 5 for 5. 39-32. Governors still holding their own, but they've still got to get some defensive stops here. Final half minute of our first quarter, first half rather. Shot clock is on. It's down to 17. Game clock about 3 or 4 seconds additional to that. Baseline drive, the freshman McInerney loses his footing. Pierre will get a takeaway here. That's a travel. And Pierre can play for the last shot with 13 seconds left. Landon Delaney will come in for defensive purposes. McInerney checking out. Pierre has 1 3-pointer down from Sawyer Sonnenschein. Dawson Getz has not been able to attempt one tonight after he put 7 of them home 2 nights ago. Long inbound comes to Corday Austin. Under 10 left in the quarter. Here's Olsen, step back three, off the mark, no good. And it's a Brandon Valley rebound, and that is how our first half will come to an end. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the Governors holding their own, but Brandon Valley leads by a touchdown. It's the Lynx 39 and the Governors 32 on the scoreboard, sponsored by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We take a 3-minute timeout. Halftime is next. Our halftime, a courtesy of Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial. You'll find them in the Capitol Creek Center Plaza on East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. We're back in 3 minutes. This is Governor Basketball, your official voice of the Govs. River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors, from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Getting ready to head out to the game or getting back afterwards? DJ Senix is a must before or after your travels. DJ Senix has a great selection of hot and cold snacks. They're second to none for your choice of hot or cold beverages too. And when you're heading out, be sure to fuel up with quality from the pumps at DJ's with 3 different grades. Back late? No problem. DJ's features pay at the pump convenience 24 hours a day. DJ Senix, 507 West Sioux and Pierre. Your choice for quality service and selection.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step for better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a re-carpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology. You'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierre, South Dakota.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
There's no better way to bring in the new year than with a new Deere. And Grossenberg Implement has a huge selection of new John Deere equipment as well as specials on used equipment from John Deere and other brands. Get dependable agricultural, residential, and commercial equipment at Grossenberg Implement with 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. Stop by to visit with a sales professional today or go to grossenberg.com to browse the new and used inventory. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
On the Pierre Governors, other girls' scores have Mitchell leading at T area 29-24 at halftime. Big boys game coming up after that one in the nightcap of a doubleheader. Sioux Falls Jefferson leads Harrisburg 30-24, starting the third period as well. And that's girls action. That Mitchell T game for boys is the only other AA game going on tonight in South Dakota, and that'll be a little bit later on. Our second half first possession, brought to you by Comtech, will be put in play by the Brandon Valley Lynx with a 7-point lead. Starting five out there. Brian Oakland with a play-by-play. Our starting three, and that's myself, including Caleb Brozick on camera for live tickets, and William Wilson running the show in studio. Lynx work it inside, a baseline pass, and a nice job here from Braden Miller to Mach Mahan, who puts a little 5-footer home, and the Lynx will strike first here in quarter number 3. 41-32, the Lynx have the lead. We reverse direction now for both teams. Governors in road green are heading away from us, and on the other end of the floor in their business end, a three-pointer by Corday Austin is swatted away out of bounds. Landon Delaney, I believe, gets the block on that one, but Pierre will inbound. Just underway here in the second half, and the next inbound by Luke Olson, looking under the basket for Eladio Simmental, has that one knocked away by Aiden Zur. Olson will try again from the left side of the key. They'll lob it out to Simmental this time. Olson, Simmental, Dawson gets, Corday Austin, and Sawyer Sonnenschein, the starting five for the Pierre Governors. Here's Austin inside to Getz. Oh, he fades away and had nothing on that one, but there's Sawyer Sonnenschein with an offensive rebound, unfortunately unable to get it to go. The Govs get it back, and now Dawson Getz able to rein in a three ball, and Dawson with his first from distance tonight. Again, he hits 7 Tuesday night at Douglas. Here's Delaney inside, and that's up and good. Braden Miller continues to feed. Landon Delaney with just his third field goal rather. He has 7, 43-35 as Simmental speeds it across the timeline, kicks it out to the wing to Luke Olson on the right side. Luke will drive, and the pretty one is up and good. He finger rolled that, kind of a reverse finger roll with the right hand coming from the left. Luke with 11, and the Governors are right there in this one, 43-37. Once again, it's going to be key for Pierre to get some defensive stops here in this second half. A little more consistency defensively. Mahan gets around Corday Austin. We'll have a foul called on the floor, and Mach Mahan will go to the free throw line. Austin prevents an easy basket. Mahan will get 2 freebies with a 6-point lead. 6:08 to go. We're in the third quarter. Brandon Valley starting five is Mach Mahan, Landon Delaney, Aiden Zur, Briggs Knutson, and Braden Miller. But they've had a lot of bench production tonight also from Austin Dowd and Lincoln McInerney. There is one player for Brandon Valley who would normally start. That's a 6'5 senior post player, Grant Hennon, but earlier this evening he came down with some flu-like symptoms and had to go home. Meanwhile, here Mahan at the free throw line will go 2 for 2. He'll check out of the game, so Mahan with a 4-point start himself to this second half. He's got 6. The lead is 8 again for Brandon Valley. And Austin Dowd, who had the 5 for 5, 10-point effort in the first half, is the first substitution for the Lynx. Here's Sonnenschein looking for 3. That one misses, and he'll hear about it. They'll say air ball, but that one did kind of graze the right edge. Still not a very good shot, and Sawyer Sonnenschein will wish to have that one back. 45-37. Pierre's offense has been pretty good. Brandon Valley's has just been better so far tonight. There's Miller up top. It'll go to Zur. Zur along with Dowd, two big men who are still in there. Landon Delaney fills out his 6'2 frame pretty well also. He's got it up top of the key. He drives, kicks out. This is Miller for 3, swish. Boy, Brandon Valley just shooting lights out tonight, and the Governors they've got hands in faces and everything. Olsen in the lane, gives it to Simmental, the running effort, no good. There's an offensive rebound for Austin, and the putback is put down, and Austin is fouled in the process. He'll go to the free throw line and a chance at a 3-point play. Governors continue to work hard on the boards. 48-39, the foul goes to Dowd, his first. For Brandon Valley, Austin's free throw is good. 3-point play the old-fashioned way. He has 5, and it's 48-40. Lynx by 8 here, still outside of 5 minutes to go. Quarter number 3, Delaney's gonna lob underneath to Dowd. That's behind Austin. And again, an easy basket for Brandon Valley. Austin Dowd able to score another bunny. A 10-point Brandon Valley lead. Governors the other way. Here's Sonnenschein into Simmental. He'll be fouled by Dowd, who picks up a quick second personal. And Eladio will go to the free throw line this time. We haven't had a lot of fouls in this game. Brandon Valley's got 2 in the second half. I still have them with only 5 fouls all told in the entire game. In fact, I've only got the Governors for 2 fouls this entire contest. So obviously we haven't had a lot of free throws being attempted either. Simmental to shoot a pair this time. His first one is up and good. Couple of bounces and the crouch and the shot. This time it's no good. And the rebound is down to the Lynx. Govs trail by 9, 50-41. Good ball game, plenty of offense here. And we expect that to continue. Here's a 3 from the left wing, our right side. This time no good for Briggs Knudsen. And Dawson Getz is down with a Governor rebound. At the 4:20 mark here, Governors will set it up again. Far end of the floor. Olsen fakes left, dribbles to the right, but he picks it up on a pivot move, and they'll ding him for a travel. Just kind of got a little bit off balance, and that right foot on the pivot came up a little bit. Aiden Zur checking out in the play stoppage. Lincoln McInerney, talented freshman, checking in for Brandon Valley. Here's Delaney taking the first pass to set things up. Back across to Knudsen, inside to Dowd, and the Governors have him wrapped up. This will be Simmental with a hold. Get a good look at the action under the basket on this end of the floor when you're up in the mezzanine, as we are here at Brandon Valley High. Second personal for Simmental. He'll check out. Caden Ahart's off the bench for the first substitution for Pierre halfway through the third period. There was a possibility this game was going to have to be played tonight in the old gym. We'll tell you more about that in a moment. Here's a feed by Dowd underneath to Landon Delaney. He'll be fouled. Dawson Getz prevents the easy one, but Delaney will go to the free throw line and try to pick up a couple of pointers there. There's a curtain that runs up the left edge of the court here from our vantage point that was down earlier today, and they had a hard time getting that put back up where it was supposed to be. Crews had to work on that throughout the day. When we were hearing from Brandon Valley's athletic director, as we had just started our trip from the capital city, that this game might have to be played in the old gym, like back in the old days. But that didn't happen. We're where we're supposed to be. Delaney, meanwhile, goes 2 for 2 on the stripe. The Lynx lead by 11 again, as Dawson Getz will pop one from 12 feet out on the right side over a defender, no good. Rebound tipped, finally controlled by Brandon Valley, but it is Austin Dowd who comes down on the end line, and the Governors are going to get a break here and another possession. 3:40 to go, quarter number 3. Governors have trailed by as much as 14. Right now they trail by 11. We've got a push and a foul, and I believe, again, on Brandon Valley, and this will be McInerney picking up his second personal. For the Lynx, fact, both teams now have 3 fouls. The whistles are starting to pick up here in the second half a little bit. 3 fouls per team in the quarter. Here's Olsen, open for 3, right side. That'll rim in and out, no good. Austin, pretty rebound. He's contacted, but he puts it back up and in. Another second chance basket for Corday Austin. Here within a 9, back within single digits again at 52-43. Brandon Valley led by 7 at the end of 1 and 2. Here's Sonnenschein picking off a pass that was just off the mark. Austin gets the finish in transition. Corday Austin having himself a nice third period. 7 points in the quarter, 9 overall in the game. Pierre is back within 7 again. 52-45. Here's Austin with a steal. Breakaway, can he get up there? Yes, sir! Corday Austin with the two-handed breakaway jam. And the Governors trying to get a little springboard back into life here. They're within 5. That's as close as they've been since they trailed by their biggest margin of 14 back at 33-19 in the second period. Lynx on this end of the floor with McInerney, top of the key. He finds Delaney. He wants 3 back, but that's short. Gets the rebound off the front of the rim. And Pierre can cut it back to within 3, maybe 2 if they can keep the offensive momentum going. Here's Getz on the top of the key. 2:10 to go, second period. Touchy pass, but Olsen gets it. He'll drive, and they'll call him for an offensive foul. And Luke Olsen might have hit his head a little bit. He's a little slow in getting up. And Luke will check out of the ball game. That's his first personal foul, but an offensive foul is turnover number 4 for the Govs. Actually, Olsen was going to come out, I thought, but he stays in there. Instead, it's a 2-for-2 swap for the Lynx. It is Dowd and Miller checking out. Briggs Knutson is back in. And we've got a timeout that'll be taken here by Brandon Valley. Mach Mahan had also checked in for the Lynx. Full timeout here for Coach Craig Nelson. Brandon Valley leads by a handful. It's 52-47, just under 2 minutes to go. We're in the third. This is a Coke break of 60 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Wagner Auto Company is
ready to gain an edge in your career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit TitanMachinery.com/careers to learn more.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a
Back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Sports marketing partners, including Olinger Law Firm, Capital City Campus, and Kathy Sonnenschein Properties, Comtech, the Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, and the Pierre Dental Clinic, your Pierre Sports marketing partners. Brian Oakland play-by-play. It's a good one going so far. Lynx try to set something up, but a bounce pass by Lincoln McInerney to Austin Dowd, who is checked back in. Dowd mishandles it, and it's out of bounds. Turnover number 8 for Brandon Valley tonight. The Governors have trailed by 11 in this quarter, by as many as 14 in the game. Dawson Getz comes to a stop. Fans wanted to travel. They might have something to talk about there. Here's a blocking foul now on Brandon Valley. A foul on the floor as Luke Olsen was starting a drive. He stopped and pivoted. We'll let the foul called on the Lynx. And they'll blow the whistle and let another player in here. Landon Delaney, the guilty party with his first personal. That's team foul number 4 for the Lynx. Pierre has 4 as well, so both teams in the bonus for the last 90 seconds of this third quarter. Olsen goes right side. toward the baseline. Dribble alive, but he gets it back to Sonnenschein. Austin thought about three, now it's Dawson Getz. He'll penetrate inside the arc, give it off to Caden Aharts, who's in there, but Aharts back to Luke Olson for a reset. 15 on the shot clock. Olson drives right side again. Pivot, foots down. He leans in and kisses it off the glass. He leaned back to his right, came back, spun around from the right, around a defender, and scooped and scored. Luke Olson has 13 points, and it's 52-49. But here is Mahan feeding underneath to Dowd once again. Austin Dowd having a big game off the bench. Back to a 5-point Brandon Valley lead, 54-49, final minute of the third. 35 and counting down. Sonnenschein off to Aharts. Caden around the perimeter right side. Austin been given the space, but he will not pull the trigger. He gets it inside to Dawson Getz instead. Now out to Sonnenschein. Austin for three. This time he's had a big quarter. No good this time, but he had an offensive rebound. It's picked up now on a loose ball by Sawyer Sonnenschein, and Pierre can play for the last shot. 10 seconds. Olson up top. Got a half-hearted screen. Now he'll step aside. They left him alone. The three ball's off the mark. Getz with an offensive rebound, and the putback is good. The Governors with a very good third quarter of play. They're within 3 after being down by 11 earlier in the quarter. It's Brandon Valley 54, the Governors 51. That's the score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, sponsored by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We've got a fun one coming up as we go to the fourth next. We'll do that in 60 seconds. You're listening to Governor Basketball. Your official voice of the Pierre Governors is River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Quarter, 8 minutes of play to go. The Governors playing with the second power-rated team here at Brandon Valley. 54-51, the Lynx lead. The Governors outscore the Lynx 19-15 in that third period. And they have the basketball as we start our fourth quarter. Brian Oakland, play-by-play. Glad to have you aboard. A turnaround shot here for Dawson Getz. In traffic, comes short off the front of the rim. Austin Dowd rebounds for Brandon Valley. The Lynx in home white coming toward us. Far court to near. First pass to the high post will go to Aiden Zerb. He'll send it off to the right side now. Delaney to the left wing. McInerney, he goes to the baseline, and then he dished it to Zur, who put it up and in, but a 3-second violation called on Brandon Valley. Heads up view by the official this time. You don't see that called very often, but something that when you see it called, you've got to tip your hat. The official's doing a fine job here. Sawyer Sonnenschein across the timeline, used his dribble up. Dangerous spot to do that, but he gets it to Luke Olson. Our first minute counting down here in the fourth quarter. Still a 3-point Brandon Valley lead. An Olson pass is stolen by Austin Dowd, who's had a big ball game. Here comes Delaney. The kick out to McInerney for 3, and it's a swish. Brandon Valley hitting the threes. Coach Craig Nelson, you wanted more shooting. Better shooting, you've got it tonight. They've hit 7 triples in this game. 57-51, Brandon Valley leads. 6.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's Corday Austin from the right side. Here's Sawyer Sonnenschein looking for the answer. Top of the key, no good. Underneath, it's Aharts for an offensive rebound, and the Governors will have another possession, and we've got a foul called not in the act of shooting. This is on the floor. First team foul for the Lynx. As Eladio Simmental will check in, Sonnenschein will come out. The Govs get a little bit bigger with that substitution. 6-point ball game. Landon Delaney called for his second personal. Pierre gets it in. Olsen to Getz, back to Olsen. Now up to Austin, looking for three here, but that will rim in and out. Corday 0 for 3 from outside. He had a huge third quarter to help the Governor come from behind effort, though, and now Austin will knock a pass away on the entry into Dowd. Here the last to touch. It'll stay with the Lynx down in front of us. It's 6:10 to play. Governors haven't scored yet here in this fourth quarter. Brandon Valley with just one three-pointer down themselves. Inbound lobbed out to Dowd. He'll back his way in. Left-handed attempt is up, no good. Zur is underneath. He'll come down with an offensive rebound, and Brandon Valley still with it as the Govs knock it away again. That was Dowd's first miss in this game. He was 7 for 7 before that. All high percentage shots. Here is Zur. Wanted to go baseline. Oh, and now we're going to have a foul called on a hands play by Dawson Getz. Dawson with 2. There is nobody in this game in serious foul trouble for either team. We haven't had a lot of whistles. We actually had 8 total fouls in the third quarter, which was by far more than either the first or the second. With both teams combined. Here's Olsen behind Delaney. And as Delaney gets around Luke Olsen, he'll lean in. Shot is no good, but a foul is called, and Olsen will be the guilty party for his second personal. Now Delaney try to pad a Brandon Valley lead. He was 2 for 2 late in the third period from the stripe. He has 9 points in this game. First one this time is good. 58-51, the lead grows to 7 again. Brandon Valley led by 14 at one point in the second quarter. Pierre cut it down to 7 at halftime. Then the Lynx led by 11 early in the third, and Pierre cut it down to 3 at the end of the quarter, 54-51. But now the Lynx have the first 5 of the fourth quarter, and they lead 59-51. Here's Olsen, top of the key, and his pass is stolen by Delaney. Loose ball on the floor, and Delaney is able to keep it alive. Up ahead, under the basket. Oh, he just double dribbled it. That's an Aiden Zur double dribble, but he kicks out instead. He had to dribble it to keep it alive under the basket. Meanwhile, Zur with an offensive rebound as we play on. That was off the miss of 3 for Briggs Knudsen. 5:10 to go. Here is Zur again, left side. Now to Knudsen down in the corner, right in front of us. Delaney back to reset. 15 on the shot clock. Knudsen drives against Austin. He'll bounce it up underneath to Dowd. He splits defenders. Scooping right-handed attempt is no good. Caden Ahart's down with it. Boy, it's loud in here. How about an Olsen 3? That's off the front of the rim. It'll bounce up and over the backboard. The Governors have only hit 1, make it 2 3-pointers in 12 tries tonight. Govs will take a timeout here. They could use it with 4:48 to play. We're in the fourth quarter. They still trail by 8. It's 59-51. Timeout sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
With medical... Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses. And quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Since 1881.
4:48 to play, 59-51. Back to Governor Basketball, which is sponsored in part by Pierre Sports Marketing Partners, including Pitts Design and Build, Red Rosa, First Dakota National Bank, Delta Dental, Floss Dentistry, South Dakota's National Guard, Maher Law Office and Midco, Wagner Auto, and Stulken Peterson, Lingo, Waltzai Jones, LLP. Got a Governor foul called quickly on the inbound. And that one apparently goes to Caden Ahart as we're back at it. Governor's pressing here. Ahart's closes off the avenue for Zur. Zur got rid of it, has it back now. Brandon Valley spreading the offense, probably going to bleed some clock here in each possession here as the fourth quarter continues. And here's a pass to the entry looking for Dowd. He backed in against Simmental, and that pass went right past him, right on out of bounds. 10th giveaway by Brandon Valley. The Governors get a defensive stop, but they'll face a full court pressure themselves. Simmental looks to get it in. Delaney picks it off. It's back to Zur, and the shot is up and good. What a play by Landon Delaney with the steal. Aiden Zur with a finish, and the Governors are down by 10. Getz coming back at the free throw line. The jumper is good. Quickly back to an 8-point game, 61-53. Delaney setting things up again. Luke Olson faces him up. Doves have played most of this game in a man defense, but tried the 2-3 zone when Brandon Valley was hitting threes in that first half. Left-handed hook is no good by Dowd, but the Governors unable to handle the rebound. Dowd, who was 7 for 7, has now missed his last 3 in the paint. 3:48 with the clock stopping. Left in regulation, 61-53. Zur fakes left, drives right, floats one off the glass, or was it? Doesn't matter, it didn't go. Dawson Getz has the Pierre rebound. He'll take it across the timeline the other way. Setting things up. Starters are all out there for the Governors. Here's Olson around Delaney. Baseline, kicks back. Getz for 3 from the wing, short, and a high rebound pulled down by Delaney again. Dawson Getz has only had 1 3-pointer scored in this game. He's played a great game inside the arc, but Governors were hoping for some more instant offense. There is a loose ball. Simmental battling against with Dowd again. And they say Simmental is the last to touch this one as it goes out of bounds in front of a well-populated student body section here right in front of us at Brandon Valley High. 3:08 to play. The inbound is back. Delaney outside the arc, bounces it back into Dowd, and then Olson comes around from behind and knocks this one away. Lynx will throw in once again from right in front of us. 61-53. It was a 3-point game when we went to the fourth quarter. Governor offense is slowed just a bit. They still have plenty of time, but we're under 3 minutes now, and possessions are going to become more of a premium. Here's a 3-ball for the big fella, Aiden Zur. He is the fifth different player to hit a 3-pointer for Brandon Valley in this game. Simmental had an open lane, but he'll be grabbed by Zur on the way to the basket. Foul on the floor. And Aiden's first personal. The Governors will send in Lincoln Dilgis. Corday Austin to catch a break. Now an 11-point Brandon Valley lead, and we'll have a timeout called by, I believe, Brandon Valley. Full timeout once again. It's a Coca-Cola break in the action. Timeout sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. It's an 11-point Brandon Valley lead with 2:37 to play. We're back in 1 minute. This is Governor Basketball.
There's an expert for that.
Call Pite's Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Orthopedics to unlock a world of endless possibilities. Visit avera.org/orthopedics and start your journey from pain to possibility today.
Out of the Brandon Valley Coca-Cola timeout, the Governors have the basketball, but they need some offense here in a hurry. 64-53, we're at the 2:30 mark of the fourth quarter. Brian Oakland with play-by-play. They've got a great one going at Riggs High Gym, too. A 1-point Governor lead, 37-36, as Pierre tries to pull an upset over the once-beaten Brandon Valley Lynx, who are third-rated in the power rankings. Here's Eladio Simmental inside the arc, an air ball, too, and that'll come down on the end line. So the Governors didn't get what they wanted out of that possession. Not a bad shot idea, but again, sometimes you just get into a mindset where I think your mind just tries to rush things a little bit. Meanwhile, transition is out of the inbound play. Brandon Valley beats the Governors down the floor. And a Landon Dulaney feed to Austin Dowd, who lays it up and in, puts the Lynx up by 13 again. This is their biggest lead of the second half. 66-53. Gets left-handed baby hook is no good. Olsen battling for a rebound underneath, and there will be a foul. I believe this goes to the Lynx. And Briggs Knutson the guilty party, so we'll give Luke Olsen an offensive rebound. Pierre had a great third quarter, scoring 19 points. They had 19 in the second period as well, but they've only scored 2 points so far in 6.5 minutes of playing time here in the fourth quarter. Olsen leaning in, bounces underneath, was too far under the basket, but he comes back out and is able to hit a short one. 11-point Lynx lead. They'll kick out. And a good job to pull a three-pointer down here to try to bleed some more time off the clock for Braden Miller. Here is really going to be contesting the basketball. They're running all over the floor as Brandon Valley obviously is playing keep away here, but now with 14 on the shot clock, finally a foul whistled on Dawson Getz, and Brianna Kuzler is going to ask for time. You would think if you want a foul, you've got to do it right away instead of letting 21 seconds tick away, but it'll be Brandon Valley basketball on a throw-in when we come back after this 30-second timeout. Timeout sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group.
Back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Back in Brandon, 66-55, the Lynx lead. We have just 60 seconds to go, a full minute left in this one. Governors are running out of time here, although they played a very good basketball game tonight. Scoring has slowed in the fourth quarter, but again, not one for moral victories. Brianna Kuzler will probably talk about that in the postgame, but there's still a lot of good things that we're seeing from the Governors against one of the top 5 teams in the state. This Brandon Valley team is 7-1 coming in. Govs will put Brandon Valley on the line. A foul on the floor, but it's their 5th team foul. And a third personal for Sawyer Sonnenschein, apparently. It'll send Aiden Zer to the free throw line. The first one is up, and it is good. Second one is also good with a good shooter's touch. Gus Scott is going to check in. Austin Dowd comes out. Dowd has had an unbelievable ball game off the bench for the Lynx. 68-55, Brandon Valley. As we play into the final minute, Eladio Simmental with a nice drive. Finger roll layup is good, and a timeout called by the sprinting Brianna Kuzler. asking for one before the inbound. 68-57, another 30-second Coke break coming here to honor for the Govs, and we're back in 30. This is Governor basketball.
Is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Knowles wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Back in Brandon, I tell you what, folks, as many years as I've been coming down here, girls or boys, it just seems like Brandon Valley always shoots the basketball well. Here is going to commit a foul, Simmental, as they got a trap on the far end of the floor, but will come this way to shoot free throws. It just seems like it is a three-pointers haven when you play in a Brandon Valley uniform on this floor. It's quite impressive, actually. Brandon Valley, who, again, Coach Craig Nelson was hoping for more consistent scoring. He's absolutely gotten that tonight. Their shooting percentage, when we look at this in the postgame, going to be very impressive. Zur here misses the first of two. Foul was on Simmental, his second. Lincoln Dilgis was in, he's out. Caden Aharts comes in for the Governors. Zur's second free throw, bangs off the back iron, no good. Sawyer Sonnenschein rebounds. The Govs still need instant offense. Here comes Olsen. Defended well, he'll drive, try to feed underneath to Eladio Simmental, and that one gets away and it's out of bounds, and this one pretty much academic. That is only 8 turnovers for the Governors tonight. 31 seconds to play. Still an 11-point game. And what has done in the Govs right now at this point is the fact that they have only scored 6 points in the fourth quarter. Here's 3 Governors trying to foul a Lynx player, and they didn't blow the whistle. They pretty much tackled him. They didn't get him to the floor, but he splits defenders, and since they crossed the time barrier, Brianna Kuzler just a little disappointed that maybe the whistle wasn't blown, but you can't be disappointed about another good effort here by the Pierre Governors. The time will run out, and your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard will have the Brandon Valley Lynx defeating the Pierre Governors 68-57. And again, key in the fourth quarter, a 14-6 scoring advantage for the Lynx. The Governors just couldn't get the shots to fall in that final 8-minute stanza. 68-57, the Lynx win their 7th in a row. They're 8-1 on the season. The Governors, after breaking a 5-game slide 2 nights ago, will drop another one here, and they fall to 3-6 on the season. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Make sure to use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Plenty to talk about in the postgame coming up. Postgame is sponsored by the folks at Family Dental. They've got offices in Pierre and in Gettysburg. Our Family Dental postgame features big plays of the game from Hermanson Endodontics and your Cowboy Country Store's player of the game. We'll announce all of that when we come back in 3 minutes. Our Family Dental postgame. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball and your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
The team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable and to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all your family's dental needs. Call Family Dental at 224-7774 today.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games, and when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
At Avera Orthopedics, we're transforming pain into possibility every day. Whether you're chasing a personal best or simply want to enjoy life to the fullest, our specialized care is designed to help you feel better and stronger. We're here for you. No referral needed. Trust Avera Orthopedics to unlock a world of endless possibilities. Visit avera.org/orthopedics and start your journey from pain to possibility today.
This winter, the game is on, and Beck Motor Company is proud to support Pierre Governor basketball. Whether it's on the court or the open road, we're here to keep you moving forward with reliable vehicles for every drive. When you're ready to upgrade your ride this season, come see us at Beck Motor Company. From SUVs to trucks, we've got the perfect vehicle for your winter adventures. Visit Beck Motor Company for all your automotive needs. Beck Motor Company, making a great deal better. 605-224-5912. BeckMotors.com.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Well, welcome back to Brandon as the Brandon Valley Lynx come out on top. They were the favored team coming in, and it certainly wasn't easy. A pretty good test from the farthest reaches of the ESD out west. But the Pierre Governors come in, and they just were a step behind defensively and a step behind on the scoring, the scoreboard for the most part, if you want to look at it that way. Governors had a lead a couple of times in that first period, but at 11-8 they led at one point, only to have Brandon Valley score 10 in a row, and they went up 18-11. They never led after that. That's kind of a turning point in the game, but as again, I kind of told this story earlier, but Brandon Valley led by as many as 14 at 33-19 in the second period. Pierre cut it back to a 7-point game at halftime, 39-32. Brandon Valley built the lead up to 11 again in the third quarter, but Pierre came back strong, outscored the Lynx 19-15 in the third period. But and as they got it all the way down to 3, it was 54-51, but the baskets just didn't fall. The shots would not go for the Govs in that fourth quarter. Rather, they hit 3 of 9 in the period. And, it took them a while to even get one field goal, let alone 2 to go. Brandon Valley outscores them 14-6 in that fourth quarter, and they win this one by 11. A double-digit margin, but it certainly didn't feel like double digits, I feel, with the way the Governors played tonight. And again, you pat them on the back, but Brianna Kuzler, if she comes up here, she's probably going to say it again. They're not one for moral victories, so still kind of a disappointing loss because of that for the Governors. But you just have to know, folks, these Metro teams are very good teams. The Governors played well against Sioux Falls, Washington. Not quite as well against T-Area that we saw last week at Riggs High Gym, but tonight against Brandon Valley, I think the Governors did a fine job against the Brandon Valley Lynx, even though they do come up short. Just knowing that the Govs can play with them, and it just takes one good game if it comes to crunch time. If you're in that situation, for example, as Sodax 16, if that happened to be the case. And you hope it works out when the season comes to an end, or with a trip to the state tournament on the line. We'll take a look at this one as it turned out. And again, the Brandon Valley shooting percentage tonight, pretty stellar, I would say. Coach Nelson wanted more scoring, and he got it to the tune of 26 out of 42 overall. Brandon Valley was 17 of 26 in the first half, and then 9 of 16 in the second half. That's just under 62% shooting for Brandon Valley, and they're 50% from beyond the arc. They get 8 out of 16. And the Lynx are led in scoring by 4 players in double figures. Austin Dowd leads the way with 16 points. They get Landon Delaney and Aiden Zur with 11 apiece. Lincoln McInerney off the bench with 10. And then from there, more balance as Braden Miller scores 8. Briggs Knutson with a pair of 3-pointers, and Mach Mahan with 6 points tonight as well, 68 on the board for the home team. For the visiting Governors, who were well above 50% in the first half at 15 of 28. Once again, shots didn't go with much regularity in that fourth quarter. They slipped to 11 out of 26 in the second half, just under 50%, 26 out of 54, 45, 48%. I think most coaches will take that on a night. Problem for the Governors was just 2 of 13 from outside the three-point line, and they only get to the free throw line for 4 attempts, 3 of which they hit. Govs do have 3 players in double figures, 6 players in the scoring column overall. Dawson Getz leading the way once again. He has 19 points, but he was held to just 1 of 2 from outside the arc. It's a pretty good job defensively on Dawson Getz if he's only attempting 2 3-pointers on a night. Of course, you go back 2 nights ago at Douglas when Dawson hit 7 out of 9. Luke Olson checks in with 13 points tonight. Corday Austin had 11 points, and 9 of those came in the third period when the Governors were in come from behind mode. He played a great third quarter in particular. Eladio Simmental with 7 points. Sawyer Sonnenschein will have 5, and Caden Ahart's off the bench with 2 for the Governors. They come up short though, 68 to 57. Rebounding give the Governors the edge at 20 to 18 overall, 7 to 4 on the offensive end of things. Getz and Austin I've got with 6 rebounds apiece. Pierre only turned the basketball over 8 times in this game compared to 10 for Brandon Valley. I think both teams are probably happy with totals like that, but Brandon Valley's ball movement was a big part of the reason why they scored such a good field goal percentage. A lot of high percentage shots in this one, and that was helped out by 20 assists as a team. I've got 10 of those from Landon Delaney. 7 assists for the Governors. Actually, only 1 of those coming in the second half. Luke Olson with 4 of the 7 dishes for the Governors. All told, 68-57. Brandon Valley wins it, and they're 8-1 on the season. The Governors falling to 3-6 on the year. Got more coming up on our post game. Big plays of the game, your player of the game on the way too. Let's pause for 2 minutes, and we'll have our big plays coming up. If the coach comes up to talk about this one, we'll certainly put a mic on her and have a chat as well. More in our Family Dental post game continuing. This is Governor Basketball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Century Business Products is a proud supporter of South Dakota High School athletics and proud to provide the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to schools and businesses in the area, all backed by their 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color costs? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. When you're looking for a new vehicle, they make it easy. All available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop in to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Back in Brandon and more with our Family Dental postgame as the Governors fall 68-57 in this one. And Brandon Valley does it with big plays throughout this contest. Big plays in the game are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. Let's hear from Hermanson's. We'll touch on the big plays when we come back with more Pierre Governor basketball.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Well, Hermanson Endodontics with big plays in the game, and there's a few turning points in this game for Brandon Valley, but we'll touch on a few things. And I keep going back to what Coach Craig Nelson said in our pregame conversation. He wanted more scoring. He wanted more shooting from his players. It's one thing that he thought needed a little marked improvement, and tonight going 62%, I'd say he got it. I don't know what their percentages have been since, but 50% from outside the arc, 8 of 16. That would make it inside the arc an effort of 18 out of 26. That's pretty good scoring. That's pretty good consistency. And I really thought the Governors didn't play all that badly of a basketball game, especially even on the defensive side of things. We'll see how the coach thinks about it. We'll see what Coach Brianna Kusler thinks as she comes up to join us in this one. But big plays in the game. The shooting of Brandon Valley. You can go all the way back to the first quarter. It was a 10-0 rally by Brandon Valley to go from 11-8 down to 18-11 up. Pierre never led after that. Brandon Valley never trailed, but certainly the Governors had a big challenge toward the end of the third quarter. But, of course, the shots didn't fall with regularity in that fourth quarter either for the Governors, getting outscored 14-6. Those are your big plays that are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. And, Coach, Brianna Kusler to chat about this one. I felt like you guys played a pretty good ball game in this one. A lot of good things, and we keep saying it. I know you're not one for moral victories, but I feel like you're playing with these Metro teams pretty well. In this case tonight, it's just one of those games where, doggone it, that opponent just and I said it before too. Every time we come here, whether it's boys basketball or my days of covering the girls too, they hit three-pointers in this gym. I don't know if they do with regularity throughout the season, but they sure were tonight, and that just seems like something you have to contend with every time you step in this gym.
Yeah, it's a common theme for us right now. That they're giving us their best look every single night, and that's no secret. Everybody's going to give us their best look every night, and they haven't shot the ball overly well up until tonight, and I don't know if necessarily it was a lack of defense or positioning or anything like that. They made some really solid plays and knocked down some shots, and we've got to continue to do that on our end. Going into the fourth quarter, a 3-point game, and us scoring 6 points, that's not gonna result in much unless our defense is only giving up a few. But it's one of those things where we need more consistency defensively. 68 points is not okay. Not with the emphasis that we place on the defensive end, and we've got to get back to that and find ways to mix up matchups and limit the scoring and the production of certain guys.
I think with Brandon Valley, you have to give credit to their defense, though. I mean, obviously they saw Dawson Getz shoot 7 of 9 from behind the arc the other night. Tonight he only gets 2 opportunities. I mean, he played a fine ball game. Mm-hmm. He scored 19, but only 1 out of 2 from behind the arc, and that forces other guys to try to have to pick up the slack. I think that causes pressing, and maybe in your mind you're starting to rush things, and that kind of takes a dip into your own own 3-point percentage in this case.
Yeah, I mean, we knew Brandon was going to be very physical. They traditionally always are. That's something that they do very well. They rebound the ball. I don't. What was the board look
well,
like?
Well, actually, I've got you up 20-18.
Sure.
But
yeah, I knew it would be close.
That just says there wasn't a lot of misses on your part.
No, there weren't a ton of opportunities to. But I still think our crash on Tuesday was a little bit better than tonight. That's nitpicky stuff. I all in all. Again, not much for moral victories here, but I think what we found tonight, Dawson gets scoring from the perimeter one time and still coming away with 19 points. That's great. His consistency has been outstanding. He's doing the things on the rebounding side and on the defensive end, and we now need to help support that. And we get a couple stops and a couple scores, and that's the difference in the ball game right now. I felt like in the first half, the difference going into halftime down 7 was the transition game. I thought we limited that in the second half, but and made those adjustments better. But then it was just the couple second, third chance opportunities that we gave up to them where they capitalized. And really good teams, and this is a really good team, they're going to do that to you. And so just giving ourselves those same opportunities, that's the difference in the ball game, and that's where we've got to see some growth and improvement.
The biggest statistical difference in this game, actually, other than shooting percentage, is and I still had you at about 48%, but assists 20-7. And they're getting those lobs in behind the defense, and get whatever it takes to defend that. But you'd mentioned the transition, and that's where some of those come to.
Yeah. And that was in our zone. We were looking to front more, and but it was against the man that we wanted to adjust a little bit better, and we were a little late on those adjustments, and that's just something. Good thing we get to go back to practice tomorrow, and we got plenty to still work on, but there's still in a loss, there's plenty of lessons that can be taken away, and I think that there's a lot of good things that came away from tonight. Every night there's going to be different guys that step up at different times, and that's what we like about the depth that we have on the bench. But we need to continue to see more production and consistency. It's not the production, I think that gets misconstrued at times to be offensive, and it's not always the offensive end that we need the production. We need, if you're scoring 5 and you're giving up 10, that's not a great percentage there. So we've got to find ways to just refuse to get scored on individually, because I really do feel like team defense has been pretty solid, and these guys, they come in and work hard every single day. They want to be really good, and we're getting there. It's a process, but I think that we made good progress tonight, even with the loss.
The next one up is up to the old stomping grounds, and Aberdeen Central 2-7. What are you seeing out of the Eagles so far?
They've got a lot of tweeners. What I mean by that is they don't really necessarily have an inside presence or a guard presence. They kind of have guys that Brendan Phillips is their only returner from last year, so they have one guy who he's very capable of scoring in a lot of different ways, and then they've got a supporting cast that are trying to find their role right now, and Brandon actually plays them on Saturday, which will be nice to see a similar opponent against them. And they've played a couple of other teams, too, that we've played. So nice to have that, to be able to watch on film. But I think what a lot of this boils down to is we've got to prioritize ourselves on the defensive end of things and dictating both ends of the floor. And I felt like we allowed them to dictate us more. I mean, scoring 57, 58 points, that's great. I'll take that any night, but not when we give up 60 plus. We got to get that back down to 55 or below, and then we're going to be sitting all right.
All right, we'll see how that goes Tuesday night, Coach. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
A for effort tonight, but we'll see you Tuesday. Brianna Kuzler, the Governors, falling 68-57 here tonight. One order of business to take care of. It's the naming of tonight's player of the game, which is brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. We'll hear from them, and your player of the game is next. This is Governor Basketball.
Howdy, partners. Did you know that you can save up to 30 cents on a gallon of gas instantly when you use the Sinclair DinoPay app at all Cowboy Country Store locations? It's true, and it's fast, secure, and simple to use. Just go to your app store and download the green DinoPay app, follow the prompts, and save big money at the pump today.
Convenience from the country. Cowboy Country Stores.
Cowboy Country Stores with players of the game. Of course, for the Governors, you're looking at Dawson Getson, the 19 points. Luke Olson, another decent game with 13. Really impressed with Corday Austin, and especially the third quarter he had tonight with 9 of his 11 points overall. He's still getting a lot of good hustle from a lot of players, and again, just a pat on the back for the Governors with the effort tonight. But Brandon Valley just a little bit better, and a lot of choices to take. But you've got to give it to the presence of Austin Dowd off the bench. The 6'4" sophomore comes in and was 7 of 7 in this game at one point. He missed 3 in a row somehow in that fourth quarter, but he did add on one more field goal, and just too strong in the paint for the Brandon Valley Lynx. 16 points on 8 of 11 shooting. Austin Dowd finishing a lot. Of course, Landon Dulaney doing some good things in the passing game tonight as far as dishing out those assists. They had 20 overall. He had 10. Give him a pat on the back. A lot of three-point shooters doing well tonight for Brandon Valley, too. But Austin Dowd, the sophomore in the middle, is tonight's player of the game. He gets the T-shirt from Cowboy Country Stores and River 92.7 Sports. Noting his accomplishments, the Lynx win it 68-57. It was a tight one going to the fourth quarter for the girls' game, but Brandon Valley goes on a 23-6 run in that fourth quarter at Riggs High Gym, and the Lynx beat the Governors 59-43 as the Govs will fall to 4-4. Brandon Valley improves to 9-1. Mitchell in girls basketball beat T Area tonight 59-45. Sioux Falls Jefferson outlasted Harrisburg 58-54. And the other scores we have Mitchell and T Area still going on, kind of a big game in boys hoops yet tonight in T Area. That's going to do it for us. We'll be hitting the road, and remember, for all of those who are on the road for whatever the reason, if you're going out this weekend, winter driving especially, remember, think twice in case of ice. Slow down and buckle up, too. You've got some place to be. A reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. So we're done for this week for Governor Hoops and Governor Sports. Remember, there is wrestling at Riggs High Gym, a lot of it. Tomorrow it's the Pierre Governor Girls Wrestling Invitational. They've got 33 teams that will be represented starting at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Another great opportunity to see the Governor Girls in action. And then it's the East-West Duel starting at 11 o'clock. 4 teams from the East, including Pierre and Brandon Valley, and Harrisburg and Watertown. They'll be dueling Spearfish, Sturgis, Rapid City Central, and Rapid City Stevens, all at Riggs High, starting 11 on Saturday. And we do have Governor Wrestling when Pierre hosts Brandon Valley coming up next Thursday night, also right here on River 92.7. Our next broadcast on River 92.7 will be Tuesday night when the Governor boys go to Aberdeen Central. Governor girls will be hosting Aberdeen, and that'll be on KGFX. So that'll do it here for tonight. And for William Wilson running the show in studio, for Caleb Brozick with Live Ticket, you can rewatch this one thanks to his camera efforts at drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page. I'm Brian Oakland. Your final Gales Gas Service scoreboard has Brandon Valley defeating the Pierre Governors tonight 68-57. We'll speak with you again on Tuesday. Glad to have you aboard tonight. This has been a presentation of the official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com. Good evening, everybody.